No more directional cover. He's in the open.
Come on, reload that gun, Grey Knight. I'm going for the headshot now, Twitch. This is it.
Just not happening. Oh.
That actually hit. Yeah!
Oh! Dead.
What a shot.
Right. Okay, so that was shift clicking between cover to get keep your units in cover as they move from one place to another. A bit of directional cover in there with natural objects that are on the battlefield. Now, of course, you can create cover yourself. Often forgotten to be done in a game, but is extremely useful. I can't stress it enough. You can create cover by means of sandbags, and we're going to show you now some of the fighting that can be done around sandbags at short, medium, and long range to show which of the Volks or Rifleman squads will do the best.
Awesome.
At those distance. So, if you want to pop across, Grey, to the first set of sandbags, we're going to look at fighting at near distance.
Just a quick second, just before I do that.
Yeah.
If you're not sure what cover you guys are standing in, if you hover your mouse over some green cover, you'll see little green dots, and that if your guys stand there, they are in green cover, as opposed to the yellow dots. So if you go to some yellow cover and try and stand behind some yellow cover, you should have yellow dots. So that shows you a bit of help there, a bit of visual aid to see if you're standing in green or yellow.
And you can right click and directionalize your units.
Directionalize, that's my
Directionalize.
new word.
I'm mincing your guys as they're running up to that that barricade. So this is perhaps a bad example. We might have to do that again.
Ouch.
Okay, so I'll make sure my guys are moving.
Yeah, you
to
might.
there next time.
Yeah, you might want to get vet. Ooh, now they've changed vet 1. I don't think it's going to matter though. So you might want to get vet 1 to help your health regeneration, or I suppose you could just get a new squad. I suppose.
Yeah, I get it one. Got plenty.
We've got 7,000 thingamajigs.
Doodahs, usual flips.
Yeah, basically, a side note, take note from these cover. If you're moving, your units that are moving, you're less accurate, so you're less likely to hit the enemy while your squads are moving. So you want to be stood still while you're firing at your enemy, if you can. There are weapons that are less effective by that, so it's like when you're moving, you're like, I think it's 50% less accurate, but there are weapons, certain weapons that are kind of don't get as bad a bonus. Stuff like SMGs, submachine guns, like the commandos from the British forces, they've got the Sten guns, so they can run around and be pretty much as accurate as they normally are.
Vanilla Company of Heroes for sure.
Yeah.
And there are other weapons that don't fire at all, like the SMG from you get your grenadiers, yeah.
Yeah, the light machine gun.
42, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you going to bring some units up?
I'm running there. Do you want to run there at the same time? Are we running?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm running.
Look at that, perfect timing.
Right. So I think I just beat you there. So
yeah, but even having said that, what we're expecting here is they can't even get close enough to it. Expecting at short distance the right. Oh, they have. They beat them before I get the sentence out. So that went according to plan, i.e. that the rifleman will beat Volks at short distances. Equally, they should beat them at medium distances. So if you keep your rifleman there, I'm going to bring in another Volks squad to go behind that second set of sandbags.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep them there because they'll be stationary and they'll have a bigger accuracy advantage. So I'm going to run in at the same time as you. I've got a new squad, so they're at full health.
Alright. Okay, I'll bring up another full squad. And they're getting there close now. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right, here we go. So this is now medium range.
Yeah, this is pretty much 50-50. Rifles, as a general rule, rifles will win up close. Volks will win at long range, but in the middle, in medium range, it's pretty 50-50. That's not to say that Volks can't win at close range, because they can. You just need to get a bit more lucky. And it's not to say that riflemen can't win at long range, as we've seen earlier on. They can win at long range, they just have to be a bit lucky. As a general rule, we're talking general here, you want riflemen as close as possible and Volks to keep the riflemen at range, and that's why Volks are able to build things like sandbags and wire to keep the riflemen at distance.
Yeah. 2 left.
I think you're going to win this
The
engagement.
50-50, yeah. I think at medium range that the Volk squads at the moment slightly better than the rifleman squads.
Probably.
So I do like to get the rifleman squads in a lot closer.
I mean, yeah, it's probably about more 60-40 than 50-50, but you know, it's no reason to charge over you know, open cover to try and get that close. I mean, if you have to charge over open cover and your squad is like stood still, you're just gonna tear me apart. So
yeah,
if you're forced to fight in medium, don't worry about it. You know, you've still got kind of 50, 60, 40 chance to win that. So
there's a fair chance you can get another unit onto the field to flank. So if you want to move a fresh squad up, great, to the set of sandbags that I was behind.
Yeah, sure. Moving up.
Then we've got another example to show you of long range.
Yeah. So this is long range battle, and both of us are in green cover, as you can see, with the green shields above our heads. Now this is going to be quite a long, drawn-out fight. So we're going to explain some of the concepts. As we were saying, directional cover. If the bullet passes through the cover, then basically you're going to get the bonuses from it. You can go round. We'll do a flank in a minute. In fact, I might get one set up, or do you want to just see the
why don't you get a jeep and show pushing as well?
Yeah, I will as well. So we'll show you flanking in a minute, which is basically why we're talking about directional cover, so we can talk about flanking.
Well, I can do that. I can send the unit up and flank you if you want.
You can do if you want. Do you want to do that now? I mean...
Yeah, I'm sending one up.
I think yours would be harder because I got the bush there though, so I was thinking maybe I could... Oh, it's alright, you're doing it now. Okay. So yeah, what Twitch is doing now is he's flanking from the side. Now you see the sandbags aren't going to block any of the damage coming from Twitch's second Volk, but he's just jumped behind a green cover there. So, but basically, yeah, his bullets aren't travelling through any cover to get to me now, so he's just destroyed me. So if you want to get rid of the enemy cover, all you need to do is flank from the sides, from the directions that the sandbags aren't going to face. Does that make sense, Twitch? Am I explaining that?
Yes, it does. It does. I'm going to put those 2 Volk squads now behind that's the set of sandbags that you're at.
So we've showed you how powerful cover can be and how useful it is, and we've shown you a strategy how to kind of negate cover by flanking. There is another strategy to kind of negate cover, and that's called jeep push, which I will demonstrate now. So I've got my rifles running into that cover, and I want to get Twitch out of cover, so I'm going to use my jeep to do what's called jeep push, which is loads of fun. So I'll click randomly at Twitch's infantry as if I'm pushing them, and I will try to push them outside of cover.
And what you'll note here is not only are my units going out of cover, but they're also moving, which means that they will not be shooting or whatever.
Absolutely.
So it's ultimately really, really powerful, yeah?
When
So
used
this is
properly.
going to be almost a Jeep and a rifleman squad beats 2 Volks.
Absolutely, and I wasn't really firing that often with the Jeep, so it's pretty much all the vet has gone to my infantry. If you look at my infantry now, that's 8 infantry kills, and the Jeep only has 1. So, you know, good way to vet up your infantry. If I didn't have the Jeep there, I'd have been minced. I'd have been absolutely minced. So there you go, Jeep push 101.
Really, really powerful. Just remember it. Try practicing it, yeah? Because it is an exceptionally good way and pro way of defeating multiple Volk squads.
Well said, Twitch, well said.
Also good for snipers. So that's green cover, which you can make. There is green cover that you can't make, like walls or rocks or the famous tree that has me standing behind it. And it is said that man-made cover is not as good as on-map green cover.
I have read somewhere that natural versus man-made, and it's the natural cover is more offers more bonuses than the actual man-made. So although it's green, it's kind of like not as green as as the natural cover. So just to give a few examples, yellow cover is made from bushes. Like I have now, yeah, bushy yellow cover. We like our bushes yellow. Well, you can also get craters as well. So if there's some artist rights going on, there's some craters that I'm zoomed into now. That's a crater, and that will give us nice yellow cover as well. Green cover can be made from things like sandbags, as demonstrated earlier on, and tank traps as well. You can build tank traps, and they will offer green cover. So that's nice and juicy as well. Any other ideas about any more?
I don't know. The only thing about cover I think that's maybe worth noting is when you come to strafing runs, try not to strafe units that are in cover, or at least directional cover, because it doesn't work as well as it does with units that are in red cover or open cover. I've seen snipers in green cover survive from strafing runs, and only lose about a third of their health, if that.
Yeah, when you get onto strafing run, cover gets really quite advanced. You get directional cover plays a huge role, so you can aim which direction your plane comes into, but obviously that affects the direction of the fire as well. So you can, if you aim your strafe right, you can kind of flank them in a sense and ignore their cover. So if you're in a craters provide 360 degrees protection. So I've seen a sniper be in there, get strafed and survive nice and easy. Yeah, I've seen them be behind bushes, not bushes, behind fences and or like green cover and rocks and still die. So you need, if you know what you're doing with strafe, you can aim it properly to try and negate that cover that they're behind. But usually, as a general rule, if you don't really want to kind of strafe people in cover, because strafing run is very dependent on cover and will do less damage and will be less accurate against units in cover. I think there's been some recent changes that has been made it a little less so I think it does more damage against units in green cover now, but ignoring that. What's the as we were saying about man-made versus natural, you can obviously make sandbags and you can make tank traps and they provide green cover, but that green cover is not as effective against walls. So you'll get walls throughout company heroes. There's none on this map unfortunately, so I can't really demonstrate on this map, but walls provide green cover, and that's if I was behind a wall on a map and my enemy built a sandbag wall adjacent to that and we had a firefight, I would win because I was behind the natural green cover as opposed to his man-made green cover. So I just thought we'd point that out as we are talking about cover. So is that pretty much cover 101, Twitch? Are we?
I think it is. The only other cover we've got is in buildings, but buildings is the subject of our next tutorial. So I think on that note I'll say goodbye, and I hope that's been useful to you. I hope you're getting some snippets out of it, and I hope to see some really good rifleman or Volk squad play in the forthcoming matches. Cheers.
Cheers guys, thanks.